When boating enthusiasts talk about legendary performance boats, the Donzi name almost always enters the conversation. For decades, Donzi has built a reputation around speed, aggressive styling, and offshore capability. Among the many models produced by the company, the Donzi 28ZX stands out as one of the most recognizable performance boats ever created. The Donzi 28ZX is more than just a fast boat. It represents a philosophy of boating that combines adrenaline, craftsmanship, and offshore confidence into a single package. Even years after production, the 28ZX continues to attract boaters who want a vessel capable of turning heads at the marina while delivering thrilling performance on open water. So what makes the Donzi 28ZX special? How fast is it really? What engines power this offshore machine? And is it truly capable of handling rough offshore conditions? In this detailed guide, we're going to explore everything you need to know about the Donzi 28ZX. At first glance, Donzi 28ZX immediately announces its purpose. This is not a family cruiser designed for slow sightseeing. The boat features sharp lines, a sleek profile, and an aggressive stance that clearly signals performance. The overall length measures approximately 27 feet 7 inches, while the beam comes in at 8 feet 6 inches. The boat weighs roughly 6,550 pounds, depending on equipment and engine configuration. These dimensions place the 28ZX in a sweet spot within the performance boat market. It is large enough to handle offshore conditions and provide reasonable comfort, yet compact enough to remain agile and responsive. One of the most important features of the 28ZX is its deep V hull design. The hull incorporates Donzi's performance-oriented engineering philosophy, helping the boat cut through waves rather than pound over them. The deep V shape plays a major role in both speed and comfort. When water conditions become rough, the hull helps maintain control while reducing impacts that would otherwise be transmitted directly to passengers. This hull design is one reason why the 28ZX gained popularity among offshore enthusiasts. Another defining characteristic is the boat's low-slung appearance. The deck lines flow smoothly from bow to stern, creating a streamlined look that remains attractive even by today's standards. The cockpit layout is equally impressive. Drivers are greeted by a performance-inspired helm featuring clear instrumentation and supportive seating. Visibility is excellent, allowing operators to maintain awareness even at high speeds. Passenger seating is designed for comfort while still supporting occupants during aggressive acceleration and high-speed turns. Moving below deck, the cabin provides surprisingly useful accommodations for a performance boat of this size. While nobody would confuse the cabin with a luxury yacht interior, it offers enough room for weekend trips, overnight stays, or simply escaping the weather. There is seating, storage space, and room for 2 people to sleep comfortably. This versatility expands the boat's usefulness beyond simple day trips. Now let's discuss the heart of any performance boat, the engines. Throughout its production life, the Donzi 28ZX was offered with several engine configurations depending on model year and customer preferences. Many examples featured high-performance Mercruiser power packages, while others utilized Mercury racing engines designed specifically for speed enthusiasts. Some configurations used a single large displacement engine producing over 400 horsepower. Other versions employed twin-engine setups that dramatically increased performance potential. Certain high-performance configurations could deliver as much as 700 horsepower combined. This enormous power output transformed the 28ZX into a true offshore rocket capable of breathtaking acceleration. One of the most famous configurations involved twin Mercury racing 525 EFI engines. This setup became highly respected among performance boating enthusiasts because it offered an excellent balance of reliability, acceleration, and top-end speed. With twin engines working together, the boat could achieve speeds approaching or exceeding 70 miles per hour under favorable conditions. To understand just how fast that is, consider that many recreational boats operate comfortably between 25 and 40 miles per hour. At 70 miles per hour on water, the sensation is entirely different from driving a car at the same speed. Every wave, every gust of wind, and every steering input becomes magnified. This is where the Donzi 28ZX truly comes alive. Acceleration is strong and immediate. Push the throttles forward, and the boat quickly climbs onto plane before continuing its charge toward high-speed cruising. Drivers often describe the experience as exhilarating, without feeling uncontrollable. The combination of hull design and engine power creates a package that inspires confidence even while delivering serious performance. Handling characteristics are another area where the 28ZX shines. High-speed boats require careful engineering because speed alone is meaningless if control is compromised. Fortunately, Donzi invested heavily in hull development. The deep V hull helps maintain directional stability while reducing the tendency to become unsettled in rough conditions. As speeds increase, the hull remains predictable and responsive. Sharp turns can be executed with confidence, while straight-line tracking remains solid even when water conditions become challenging. This balance between speed and control is one reason many experienced boaters continue to respect the 28ZX. Of course, offshore capability involves much more than simply achieving high speeds. True offshore performance requires a boat to handle varying sea states, changing weather conditions, and extended periods away from sheltered waters. The Donzi 28ZX was designed with these realities in mind. Its substantial weight contributes to stability and helps the hull maintain composure when encountering larger waves. Unlike some lightweight performance boats that can feel nervous in rough conditions, the 28ZX benefits from enough mass to deliver a more planted ride. The deep V hull also allows the boat to slice through moderate offshore chop effectively. Rather than slamming violently against wave surfaces, the hull enters the water with a more controlled motion. Passengers still feel the excitement of offshore boating, but impacts are reduced compared to flatter hull designs. This characteristic becomes particularly valuable during longer offshore runs. Many owners use their boats for coastal cruising, island hopping, and offshore adventures where comfort matters almost as much as speed. Fuel capacity is another important consideration for offshore boating. The Donzi 28ZX carries approximately 94 gallons of fuel, providing a respectable operating range depending on engine configuration and cruising speed. At high speeds, powerful engines consume significant amounts of fuel. However, responsible throttle management can extend range considerably and make longer trips practical. Offshore operators understand that range planning is essential. Having nearly 100 gallons of fuel on board provides flexibility and peace of mind during extended outings. Another strength of the Donzi 28ZX is its versatility. Many performance boats excel in one specific area while compromising heavily in others. The 28ZX manages to offer multiple personalities. On one day, it can serve as a thrilling speed machine capable of exciting experienced performance enthusiasts. On another day, it can become a comfortable cruiser for family and friends. The cockpit provides enough seating for social outings, while the cabin adds practicality for overnight adventures. This versatility helps explain why the model continues to enjoy a loyal following. Even years after production, used examples remain highly sought after in the performance boating community. Build quality also deserves attention. Donzi established its reputation by producing robust boats capable of handling demanding conditions. Owners frequently praise the solid construction, durable fiberglass work, and overall structural integrity. The company understood that offshore performance places tremendous stress on a hull. As a result, the 28ZX was built to withstand repeated exposure to rough water and high-speed operation. This durability contributes significantly to the model's long-term appeal. A well-maintained Donzi 28ZX can continue providing exceptional performance decades after leaving the factory. Maintenance considerations naturally accompany any high-performance boat. Powerful engines require regular servicing, and offshore use places additional demands on mechanical systems. Prospective owners should expect routine maintenance costs consistent with performance boating. However, many enthusiasts consider these expenses worthwhile given the excitement and capability the boat delivers. Regular engine inspections, drive maintenance, fluid changes, and hull care help preserve both performance and reliability. Another common question involves whether the 28ZX qualifies as a true offshore boat. Among boating enthusiasts, opinions sometimes differ regarding offshore classifications. Some argue that larger vessels provide greater offshore comfort and safety. Others point to hull design, construction quality, and proven performance records. The Donzi 28ZX occupies an interesting position within this discussion. At nearly 28 feet in length and equipped with a deep V hull, it certainly possesses many characteristics associated with offshore performance boats. Experienced operators have successfully used the model in a wide variety of offshore environments. However, like any vessel, its effectiveness ultimately depends on weather conditions, operator experience, and sound judgment. No boat is immune to rough seas. Even the most capable offshore vessel requires responsible decision-making. When used appropriately, the 28ZX demonstrates impressive offshore capability and confidence. One area where the boat particularly excels is coastal performance boating. Long runs along shorelines, trips between islands, and offshore recreational cruising all fall comfortably within its capabilities. The combination of speed and comfort allows operators to cover significant distances while still enjoying the journey. For many owners, this blend of practicality and excitement represents the perfect balance. Aesthetically, the Donzi 28ZX continues to age remarkably well. Boat designs often become dated as trends evolve. Yet the aggressive lines and performance-oriented profile of the 28ZX remain attractive years later. Many enthusiasts consider it one of the most visually successful designs in Donzi's history. The sleek windshield, muscular hull proportions, and purposeful stance create an unmistakable presence on the water. Whether sitting at a dock or blasting across open water, the boat attracts attention. The ownership experience extends beyond performance alone. Owning a Donzi often means joining a passionate community of enthusiasts. Owners frequently participate in poker runs, performance boating events, and offshore gatherings. The Donzi name carries significant heritage within the performance boating world. This heritage adds emotional value that cannot be measured through specifications alone. Many owners describe a sense of pride associated with operating a Donzi. That pride stems from decades of offshore racing history, engineering development, and iconic design. When evaluating the Donzi 28ZX today, it becomes clear why the model remains relevant. It offers genuine offshore capability. It provides thrilling speed. It delivers attractive styling. And it balances performance with enough comfort to remain practical. These qualities are difficult to achieve simultaneously. Many boats excel in one category while falling short in another. The 28ZX successfully combines multiple strengths into a cohesive package. For boating enthusiasts seeking an offshore performance boat, the Donzi 28ZX continues to represent an appealing option. Its deep V hull inspires confidence in rough water. Its powerful engine options deliver serious speed. Its accommodations provide useful versatility. And its iconic styling ensures that it never blends into the crowd. More importantly, the 28ZX captures the essence of performance boating. It transforms ordinary outings into memorable adventures. Every throttle input, every sweeping turn, and every offshore run reminds operators why performance boats remain so captivating. In a world filled with countless boat designs, only a few become legends. The Donzi 28ZX has unquestionably earned that status. Decades after its introduction, it remains one of the most respected and admired performance boats ever produced. For those fortunate enough to experience one firsthand, the reasons become obvious the moment the engines roar to life and the hull rises onto plane. The Donzi 28ZX is not simply transportation across water. It is an experience. It is a statement. And for many performance boating enthusiasts, it represents everything that makes offshore boating exciting.